Isang magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Ito po ang December 9, 2021 edition ng The Stock Market Today. 16 days na lang Pasko na. Ito po si Benji Chadoro. Ako po ay isang retired bank officer na nagsimula mag-invest sa Philippine stock market noong 2007, and I do this report every day, which I started August of last year. I also report the latest news on your favorites and most active stocks. If you like content, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. If you have stocks in mind that you want reviewed, please comment on the comment box and I will prioritize. Ang ating financial news ay tungkol sa Medic or Medilines. Kasama po ang ating financial headlines at ang resulta ng trading sa ating PSE ngayong araw, December 9, 2021. Dito lamang sa The Stock Market Today. Okay, so let's start with our financial headlines, and this is courtesy of BDO Securities. In the macro news, inflation slows down to 4-month low in November. Then jobless rate eased to 7.4% in October, which is good news. World Bank raises 2021 Philippine growth forecast to 5.3% from its 4.3% projection. In our sectoral news, ICT announces upgrades for Manila Port. Cebu Pacific expects to operate 84% of pre-COVID domestic capacity in 2022, so that's good news for Cebu Pacific. CHP terminates construction contract with CBMI Construction. Then North Star Meat plans 4 billion IPO to expand capacity, and the Bank of Commerce eyes 3.2 billion from IPO. But our main news is on Medilines, in which shares plunge 30% on its first trading day. So shares of Mediline Distributors Inc. plunged in its debut at the Philippine Stock Exchange on Tuesday, closing 30% lower. Ito po yung floor. Kasi yung ceiling po is 50%, no? So pagka nag 30% lower or 30% below the opening price, yan po yung floor, meaning mag-i-stop po yung trading. So closing 30% lower than its initial public offering or IPO price. Mediline shares closed at 161 apiece, shaving off 69 centavos from its 230 IPO price. Medic, the company's ticker symbol, opened at 199, down 13.48% or 31 centavos. Buyers pushed the issue into its intraday high of 2 pesos and 12 centavos, but eventually sellers dominated and bought the stock to as low as 168 before moving sideways for the majority of the day. Kingston Securities trader Darren Blaine Tipangan said in a Viber message, during the last few minutes of trading, the stock further slid to end at its floor price of 161. Meanwhile, PhilStocks Financials Inc. Senior Research and Engagement Supervisor Japet Luis Otan Tiangco said the stock is considered relatively overvalued. So overvalued pala yung stock, ano? Pero hindi nila sinabi yun at the beginning. Our PE or price to earnings ratios estimate for Medic for 2021 and 2022 are at 27.68 times and 21.90 times respectively. These are above the PE ratio average for the first half of 2021 of its regional peers of 2160. Actually, malapit na rin, no? Malapit na rin. Kasi 27.68 at 2160 is relatively close, Mr. Tantiangco said in a separate Viber message. Kasi po, the lower the ratio, the better for the company. Kasi yung P ratio is the price to earnings ratio. the lower the price, meaning the cheaper the stock. To that effect in simplified terms, no? In general terms. With this, Medic is considered relatively overvalued. This is the reason we see for its sell-out today. Meanwhile, Regina Capital Development Head Sales Luis A. Linglingan said the selling of the stock on Tuesday was overdone. In a Viber message, he said concern over the Omicron variant of the coronavirus disease 2019 might have clouded investor sentiment. So I think so too. Pero relatively, nung December 6, up naman yung market on December 6, no? Relatively. Yan natin yung PSEI. December 6, actually it's up. No? It's up, green candlestick dito. Okay, so let's now go to the Philippine Stock Exchange and the Philippine Stock Exchange Index. Let's put up our indicators. It ended at 87.62 points up, or 1.23% in the green, to end at 7234.92. In the market summary, 108 companies advanced, 80 declined, or 90 declined, while 45 remained unchanged. The all-share index also advanced 0.97%, or 37.04 points up. So, yung PSEI and the all-share index are both up. Now, all the sectoral indices are up except for properties. So, the gainers was led by the financials at 2.43%. So, in our most active stocks, we will be reviewing the following. But before I get to that, let me read some comments here. So, sabi ni George Kwang, Sir, pakisilip po ang COSCO. Saan po magandang mag-entry? Okay, so include po natin si COSCO. Then Mike Miguel says, kindly include RLC. Thanks a lot. Okay, COSCO and RLC will be reviewing. Tapos RCB, Rizal Commercial and RCBC to, no? Then ACEN, MBT, and silipin din natin si Medic, no? Kasi it's up to date, 3.11%. So let's now go to COSCO. COSCO. Request ni George Kwang. Okay, COSCO ended with a red candlestick. Ang kanyang support ay nakikita ko po dito sa area to. Yan, nasa 507 po. And right now, it's an engulfing red candlestick, which is not very good as the closing price are below all our indicators. So bearish po ang kanyang sentiment. RSI is also bearish at 43. So the expected resistance is here at 5 to 5.07. So ito near resistance or resistance level, support level. No? Nasa support level na po ito. And it is expected to make a bounce here. However, if it continues to move downwards, the next resistance would be here at 496. So malapit lang po yung kanyang range, no? So yan po si COSCO, and in general it is sideways to bearish ang kanyang movement. Then RLC. Okay, RLC had a rebound today. It's holding with the 50-day exponential moving average. So yan po yung pinaka-support natin at 1784. When I talk of support and resistance, these are not exact points, but these are areas. So take note, meron po tayong gap dito. Anong ibig sabihin ng gap na yan? Kasi pagka nagkaroon po ng gap dyan, somehow that gap will have to be filled. So meron pong gap from this closing price here to the closing price here. Yan po yung tinatawag na gap down. But as we all know, and as we have learned, gaps will have to be filled later soon. So yan po mafi-fill up later soon. We don't know when, probably in the next few days, but we We are not certain with that. However, if the stock continues to rise, because of it has reached support level, then that gap may be filled sooner or later. So ito po yung pinaka-resistance niya, itong area pong 1938. So support is at EMA 50, 1784. Resistance is at 1938. Okay, so RLC, after RLC, ACEN. Naku, bearish si ACEN, even though this is a green candlestick, which looks promising, Which looks promising. Yan. So, kung titingnan po natin ang forma ng candlestick, this looks like a morning star. Okay? Meaning na baka magkaroon ng bounce in the succeeding trading days, So AC energy is bearish, but there is a morning star here, which is a promising sign. It is now within support area, and our support area is right now, it is here at the 100-day EMA at 10.68. Then after ACEN, MBT. Okay, MBT had a bounce today with volume, but this is not a breakout. It is just, it stopped at the resistance level at 52.40. So, yan po yung resistance level niya. With support level is between these two, between EMA 50 and EMA 100, 48 and 49 yung support level po niya. Kasi we see a bounce here, the EMA 100. And support, it's holding also in this area at EMA 50. So, yan po ang pinaka-support natin, 48 to 49. But our resistance is here at 52.40 to 52.50. So it's moving upwards, more of the upward trend rather than sideways, as our indicators are under the candlestick. And then did we review RCB? Yan! RCB had a engulfing green candlestick, and I was taking a look at the news kanina. I think it is regarding the legal proceedings on RCBC. And when I was reading this, it's about a foundation versus RCBC's president and its present and previous board. So kasama po dito si Eugene Acevedo, who is the president, and some names here. Helen D, Cesar Virata, these are directors of RCBC. Si Cesar Virata po ang finance minister nung panahon ni Marcos. But he is a technocrat. Technocrat po yan, si Mr. Virata. Si Eugene Acevedo naman was my supervisor when I was still with Citi. He was one of those officers in Citibank which rose promising na siya kahit nung pa. And he was a very good supervisor. Okay, so Eugene is now the president of RCBC, and allegations of complainants to refute baseless allegations in a hearing to exercise the proprietary dismissal of the said case by BSP. They are awaiting action. Court of Appeals. I don't know exactly what this is all about, actually. Ito kaya yung dating complaint nung nagkaroon ng Bangladesh scam? RCBC kasi yun eh. Ito kaya yun? I don't know. I'm not very sure. Okay? So, I think that stems out of that. And yun, engulfing green candlestick, which went as high as 21 pesos. So it rose 7.98% to 2030, but it appears to be just moving sideways with RSI a bit bullish at 53. So yung ating resistance nandito po sa 2144. Support ay nandito po sa area to. So nakikita ko po dito, dyan sa 18.90 to 19 pesos po yung pinaka-support niya. And then, finally, we have MBT ba? Tapos na. Ayan, tapos na. Then, Medic. Ayan, second day, nagkaroon siya ng bounce. No? It's a hammer. But let's take a look at the 5-minute chart if we can see anything. Yan. So, it's just moving more of a downward trend, but based on the 5-minute chart ay tumataas po gradually yung stock, but based on a 1-day chart ay we cannot place anything here yet, so we cannot do anything, or we cannot make an analysis since our data is incomplete. But in general, based on a 5-minute chart ay paakyat na po yung ating stock as 2 indicators are under the candlestick. Pero we don't use 5 minutes kasi in our analysis we use the daily chart. Okay? So, yan po ang ating report sa stock market December 9, 2021. Ito po si Benji Chidoro nagpapaalala, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagsubaybay. Hanggang sa muli. Stay safe. God bless. Bye for now.